how to do a form in Word. The reason why businesses use forms is because it means that you have control over what data is being collected by staff, and it also means that people can't change the fields that you want data to collect it on. So, for example, I'll just explain this page. I'm in Apple, so I'm not in a standard Word environment. This is what we call a navigation pane. You can actually turn this on in yours. You just go to View, Navigation Pane and select it. So you can just deselect it. So I'm going to the Home menu. So what you can see here is a Word document. Forms are normally built in tables because then you can control the shape of it. So I'm going to insert a table. So I go to Insert, and then I go to Table. I'm just going to make it 2 columns wide and a few rows long. Don't know how big I'm going to make it yet. You'll see that when I did that, these new menus came up. All right. So if I click out of the table, those menus disappear. If I click in the table, those menus appear. All right. So that happens with all things in Word. If you add an image, the picture one will turn up and things like that. Don't worry about this EndNote menu. Don't worry about that. Okay, so on your menus, you won't have the developer menu. You'll need to create it. So what I need you to do is go to File and right-click on File. I don't have it on here because I'm on the Mac. And click on Customize Ribbon. Now, what will happen is a dialog box will appear in here. Over here on the right-hand side, down the bottom will be Developer. You tick the little box next to that, and then you will make the Developer menu appear. You're going to need that because you need the tools that are in the Developer menu. So what I'm going to do here in my table is I'm going to put in a field called First Name. And then over here, I'm going to go to the Developer menu. Again, yours will look slightly different because I'm on a Mac. And you will see that I can have a checkbox, a combo box, shading, text box, all that sort of stuff. So you're going to have a text box. It's called something different. I think it's called a text field. So you're going to click that in there, and then you'll see how that became a grey box. The same sort of thing happens on yours. It's slightly different. There is a whole range of options that you have. You have ones that are called drop-down menu or drop-down list. And then you've got the same with check boxes. So for example, if I wanted to say complete, I could put a checkbox next to that. And now that becomes a checkbox. So I can just click on that. All right. So these are what we call the elements from the developer menu that you need to put in, and it restricts things down. You see here that it's got a protect form. That means if I click on that and I protect the form, it means that people can now operate in these fields, but they cannot change this. So if I go here, see how I click here and it won't let me change anything. The V that I'm pressing is appearing on the other side. I can't change this field anymore. In your version of Word, it's going to ask you for passwords and all sorts of things when you protect the form, and I'll talk about that in class. Forms are really important to control what information people are getting. That's why we use them, because it ensures that we get the information that we want.